Very good morning. Today is September 28th, and yesterday I forgot the date. So time is about 8:33. I'm sorry, I'm a bit delayed. I'm in Hyderabad today, and got a bit of a setup issues, and that's the reason I'm delayed. But let's go ahead and today Sensex expiry, and also definitely a defining day, mainly because of the after the Fed rate cut, how the marketers are going to react. I think that's what which is absolutely important. I assume you were able to hear my voice. I will not be able to come on video today, mainly because, as I said, I'm in a different place altogether. I wanted to come, but then I had some setup challenges, so that's the reason I couldn't really do that. But that's all right. I also have a single screen today, so which means that I will be able to probably share my screen bit sporadically, not necessarily like what I do at my home. All right. So as I said, today is definitely a big day, and yesterday night Nasdaq pretty much went up quite a bit, and that's almost like 2% up, which is definitely good. And also overall, even the Gift Nifty showing some kind of a bullishness. And yesterday, if you looked at my live trading video, I think I was in losses on Nifty, and then I think Sensex I made money and Reliance I made money. But overall, yesterday was a profitable day. Both the Nifty, Sensex, all the indexes, all the indices, I was able to make some good money. So I stopped showing my verified PNL because there were a lot of issues when you show this verified PNL. So I'll probably stop for some time and then see how it goes. Agree, Ankush. I think it's definitely a bullish day, and let's see how the day would look like. And on that note, let me quickly share my screen also. Today, as I said, I'll have to use the single monitor, so I will have to do a bit carefully what I'm showing. So, all right, 1 second. I'll be sharing my screen in a moment. Just wait for a few seconds. Sorry. Okay, so let me share my screen and. So this is Sensex for today, and let me show Sensex very quickly. See, overall, yesterday there was definitely some. Let me. This is 1 minute candle. Doesn't make sense. Yesterday, when I was looking at the reason I did not take the overnight positions yesterday, this particular candle is a little tricky. So it actually went up, came down, and then ideally from here the uh, bear run should continue. The reason is there is quite a bit of a pullback on the this particular candle, right? And also when I looked at the Nifty, this was towards the fag end at about 3 o'clock or so. There was quite a bit of a pullback. So and then the one more and there are two challenges. One thing is definitely there is a from the candle perspective, it looks quite bearish, but however there was a rate cut, so it's a bit of a conflicting information, and also this is below the channel for now. So I felt it's very difficult for us to really understand what's going to happen. That's the reason I did not want to really take risk, and then I have closed all my overnight positions, and I just carried one October CE, I think, but that's too far. So that is to 27,000 CE, so we have a lot of time to operate that. So that's the reason. But today it turned out to be quite a bit of a bullish thing. And yesterday night, yesterday evening, I also had the Sensex positions, which were making quite a bit of a good money. But then I did not want to really take that risk because I absolutely do not know whether it's going to up move or down move. And that's the reason. But let's look at today's forecast very quickly and see what is in store for us. So this is 15 minutes candid, but probably let's start with the 30 minutes. And yeah, I think this shows a clear good trend. And let me get into vertical line. And today is 20th September. Okay, here is my view. Yesterday, if any of you followed whatever I said yesterday, I did say that if there is a gap up, there is going to be some kind of a selling would happen. If there is a gap down, and there is going to be some kind of a botting would happen, which fortunately happened yesterday, and I could, as I said, I could make some money because of the it's an inline to the inline to my view as well. Some of those days are where you think something is going to happen, it would happen, but not all the days are like that. So nobody is expert, to be honest. So anybody can make mistakes. So all right. So this is Sensex, and let me get on to 30 minutes candle and 30 minutes chart rather. So let's see. So as of now, it actually shows 83,752, but I think I will probably I'll stay. Yesterday max was 83,800. I think that's a peak that it actually started, and then obviously it has sold out after that. So that's important. I would think anything above 83,790 or 100 could be some more bull move, but then I'm expecting 84,000 to be the bit of a higher side today. And if I have to do any trade, it would be below 84,000. So that's a trade that I would take, and then or maybe I'll start with 84,500 to be safe side, and then start building the positions. And so that's what which I'll do. I will mostly be not be able to do the live trading because I'm at my relative's house in Hyderabad, and I do not know the connectivity and other things. So, but I'll definitely trade today. So 84,500. I think that's where I would start. Somewhere here I will start, and then I'll start building the positions down the line. So I think at the ATH is always a tricky thing to trade because ATH, we do not know what's going to happen, right? So there could be some up move, down move, and then there would be mass volatility because everybody wants to make money. And at the same time, some people want to do some profit booking, some people want to buy, sell, so on and so forth. But generally, my view, my strategy, whenever I reach ATH, I do look at, I'll probably wait for some time and then see if there is any buying opportunity, and also any new stocks that entered recently with IPO. And then if there is some kind of a selling off, I tend to buy them. So yesterday, in fact, I did buy one stock which I can't name, but recent IPO, but then it pretty much tanked at about 10%. I had to buy at the bottom. Sometimes some of these buying at the bottom would definitely help. And again, not a investment suggestion, but it's every one of us have our own ways to deal with these things, right? So that's what it is. Yeah, I think as I said, the trading strategy is very simple. I will start with 84,500 and then start building the positions, and then that itself gives us almost 1,200 points, I think. Let me now get on to Sensex and then see if from the open interest perspective, 84,000 seems to be massive resistance. And um, uh, yeah, I mean, depending on, as I said, I'm going to start from here and then see how it goes. And even if I have to take this single little trade, and as I said, I do not have any open positions right now, so I think this is 14 rupees doesn't make much sense. But let's see, even if I start here, but look, yeah, it shows 0.47%, but that's all right to start with. And I can slowly start building the positions, and eventually, let's say if I move to, if the trade actually in favorable, I might probably move to 84,000, and then see 84,000 is definitely a massive, close to 2% move. And I think if I adjust a little bit here and there, let's say if I adjust my hedge, and it's still if I come close on the hedge, it is still 2%, very close to 2%, 1.8%. So if there is a gap up, definitely I'll start with 84,500 because by the time this will perhaps will become about 20 rupees or whatever. I think that's a good way to start, and then slowly build the positions out there. And then I also saw mid cap Nifty yesterday tank quite a bit, and if I see an opportunity, I'll also try to build some positions at 13,087. The peak, I think it reached about, if I remember correctly, 13,400 or so. Let's look at, yeah, exactly 13,400. That was a peak, and then after that, yesterday there was a quite a bit of a massive move, and this actually technically shows it's a bullishness because there was a pullback yesterday. But right now, as I said, if I have to take any positions on the mid cap Nifty, I will again start doing if there is a gap up today, I will start shorting 13,500 and then try to build some PE positions down the line. But right now, my focus would be today's focus. I'm not going to put all the money, but today's focus would definitely be Sensex and see how it goes. And in fact, 84,000 is still tempting, but but then I'll have to go a bit cautiously because right now, overall, this month, I think I'm at about 4%, I think, and I did one or two wrong trades here and there. But that's all right. So I think I have another 1% left with. So if I am able to get that, I will go a bit slowly out there. I think that's the trade setup for today. And as I said, below 84,500. I know it's a bit of a wider range, but to be safe, my view, that's the right thing to start. All righty. So let me unshare my screen, and because I have just one monitor, so I can't do um, rigorous sharing today. But yeah, time is at about 8:45, and oh yeah, good angel position. So let me share that as well. So angel, in fact, I closed yesterday with profit, and I kind of got into. One second, let me share that very quickly. I'm logging in. Just give me 2 seconds. Let me. All right, let me show the screen very quickly. This I started on 26th, 23rd. So this month series I started on 23rd. Yeah, that's what I remember. Okay, let me share this very quickly. All right, so share screen and Chrome tab. All right. So if you're able to see my screen, so I think I yesterday I have exited pretty much all the trades. This was the profit that I got, and overall I think this month is at about 49,000 for a capital of about 25 lakhs or 27 lakhs. I think not a great money, but still it's all right. So it's about probably 2%. Yeah, about 2%, I think. Compared to last month, we got about 5, and then previous month also 5. But I'm still left with another couple of days, right? So I'll see if I can probably get another 30,000-40,000. So that's the plan right now. But yeah, we do not know if that's going to be very possible. And let's look at the orders today. So these are all the orders that I have, which is 3rd October, 26,000 CE. But today, if there is a if there is a gap up, then this will get some beating. But that point of time, I will probably compensate with this month expiry PE. That's the plan right now. But I'm going to hold on to this because I'm not expecting by October it's going to touch like one more all-time high. So that is basically another 600 points. No, so in case let's say if there is a gap up today, I'm going to enter some of the PE positions for this monthly expiry. That's where I'll go. And also I'm left with plenty of capital. I have used very probably less than 20% right now. So this is just an experimental. This is the only overnight trade that I have. So I think that's thinking right now. But also I might probably do some kind of in a Sensex here to compensate in case if there is a gap up, because Sensex at least I'll get some money later today. So yeah, the overall intention is to get that 50,000. I think that's the main intention. But then I do not want to lose that 2% as well. So I'm okay if I stay with 2%. These are all the positions on the angel broking. Again, no, not very rocket science of positions, but I thought I'll do 3rd October mainly because 2nd October is obviously is a holiday, and then I'll get some kind of a time decay bit early. So that's the reason I went on to October 3rd instead of doing this monthly expiry. I think that's all. That's the trade for today, and I will probably unshare the screen. And all right, let me take some questions, and then yeah, my day was profitable. I think I probably made about 4.5 lakhs or whatever. Nifty, Sensex, and also Reliance I exited yesterday. And when were you live? You were yeah, I have to change that. So this is what which I did yesterday, right? So by about 1 o'clock or 1:15, I think I have closed all the existing positions. So if you remember the sequence, I did a bear call spread rather, which obviously which obviously did not work out. So morning it was okay. Morning I was probably started as a 10,000 losses or whatever, but then eventually when the market went up, that got into good amount of losses. So then I went into 25,450 PE, which obviously got into losses, and then that got into almost like 1 lakh 45 losses by about 140 or 130, I think. So and then let me look at the, yeah, about 130. That's what I remembered. Yeah, 130 it got into losses, and that point of time I closed all the positions on Nifty, especially the 19th September. 19th September yesterday, right? So and then I got into my favorite skewed volume strangle, and then that worked out actually. That gave about 3.6 lakhs or 3.7 lakhs or whatever last 2 hours. So pretty much I stayed at 24,000. 24,000 24,450 or 400 most of the times, and I think it probably ended at about 24,400 straddle, I think. That's what I remember. But anyway, overall the day was good. So as I said, last 2 hours I was able to make about 3.5 lakhs there, and Sensex obviously gave about 2 lakhs, I think. So that's the calculation. So I think overall it was a great day. Let's look at 25,000 PE positional trading, how it will be. I will not be able to suggest any trade, sir. So that's the reason I'm sharing my own trade. So hope you managed. Oh, of course, I did adjust. I did adjust quite a bit. Low weeks, premium difficulty intraday traders are most premiums. I think that's part of life. So we can't complain because the premium is basically a result of volatility, right? So it's basically if the volatility is low, which means that you have more certainty. When you have more certainty, obviously the premiums are low. When there is more certainty as a seller, you'll be able to make money. So somewhere you'll have to satisfy yourself. Risk reward is not favorable. Yeah, I mean, agree, disagree, but that's all right. So I am doing intraday, but then it's not full quantity options dynamics. It's I'm doing almost like less than 50%. The remaining 50% I'm actually putting into 1DT or even the positional trades, and um, that's what which I'm doing currently. So what is skew? Yeah, I can probably. Okay, that's interesting question. So let me show one quick example, and I will end the session for today. Okay, let me give an example strategy. Right, so All right, let me share my screen very quickly and all right. So what I mean by skewed say for example, let's say you are in Sensex, right? So now let's say you were actually trading, let's say just for the argument's sake, 84,000, which is about 53 rupees. Now we want to do a strangle. Now let's say you do this one, 83,000. For the I'll always put the hedges. I do not want to encourage the bad behavior, so let me put this. Now it's the this is not skewed still. This is basically while you are not in the equal distance from the midpoint, this is actually skewed on the price but not skewed on the volume. So because you are very close to PE but very far from CE, which means that you are obviously, your view is pretty much, if your view is bullish, you start here, and then when this price moves here, right, so you will be able to make some money because you are not very afraid to. But the thing is, if it reverses, obviously we'll get into some issues. But this is a skewed on the price. Usually strangles are taken midpoint, let's say 500 up or 500 down, but here we took a skew on the price. But then you can also compensate this with a bit of a skewed volume. So it's basically what we're doing here is the price ratio is about 120. This is basically 1 is to 1 point, little bit more than 1 is to 2. So now what you do is to compensate this, you will probably get onto 2 lots here. And then your hedge also got to be 2 lots. So now what happens is, obviously we'll get some additional benefit here. And in case if the market goes up, we will still gain money on this. And then in case if the market goes this side, you will start losing, but then eventually you'll be able to make some money. But I know it's very easy to explain to me without on the live market. But this is what which I dynamically do pretty much in the live market. So I do calculate. It's a bit of a mental maths, and then you calculate dynamically, saying that what would be the ideal position size for you. The advantage here is in case if the market falls, right? In this case, let's say if this falls. Now what happens is this is basically the your volumes are low. So even let's say 121 becomes 100, you will not lose too much of money. But then here, because the volumes are more, let's say if this 53 becomes, let's say 40 or 30, you will be able to make some good money. I think that's the skewed volume. So 0 DTE means 0 day to expiry. So that's basically today is the 0 DTE for Sensex, and 1 DTE is 1 day to expiry, which is mid cap Nifty is today we call mid cap Nifty as 1 DTE, and then to extend that 2 DTE is Fin Nifty, which is 2 days to expiry. So I think that's the skewed volume. So you can experiment and then see how it works for you. So again, it's as I said, some of these decisions you need to take very dynamically. And also, if you are working professional, I would not suggest you do that because it does require quite a bit of maintenance, and you need to take very quick calls. So it wouldn't really work for you if you do not monitor. All right. So all right, Kranti Prasad sir. Okay, so let me unshare the screen, and yeah, time is about 8:57. I think we are pretty much very close to market opening. And if you're trading, all the very best, and do not lose money, and and enjoy your trading if you're trading. And so see, I think on the Hyderabad meet, I know some people pinged me, I did not answer, but I got about, I think as of now, about 35 nominations, but unfortunately I'll have to select only 10 people. Not so great criteria, but then at least this time I'll meet 10, and then next time when I come, probably I'll meet the rest of the people. But the reason is I wanted to have some meaningful discussions, and having 30 people and then not speaking to anybody really doesn't make sense. So that's the reason. And the meet actually happens on Sunday evening, and probably if you're nominated, if you have got the mail, I mean, whoever is part of that meet, they already got the email, and then so we will definitely catch up. If the remaining people, I'll send in fact, my team will send a note later today, and with an apology thing, and we will definitely catch up next time. All right, then. Have a great remaining day. And all the very best to all of you. Bye bye.